Hey, yo, what's up? What's up? It's GASHI. Check me out on the Bootleg Kev podcast right here.
Hey, before we start the episode, I want to remind everybody, man, we got one of the biggest radio shows in the country, syndicated in almost 100 cities, all over. Shout out to iHeartRadio, all right? Some of the latest cities that we've been able to add, man. Want to give a shout out to 93.9 The Beat in Honolulu. That's right, Hawaii. We over there going crazy. I also want to give a shout out Hot 98.3 in Tucson. Shout out to Tucson going crazy. Also want to give a shout out to Wild 94.1 in Tampa. Going crazy. We just got Richmond. We also just got the good folks in Bakersfield at Hot 104.7. So we're going crazy on the radio with my partner James Andre Jefferson Jr. for the Bootleg Kev Show. So make sure you tune in and you can listen anywhere on that iHeartRadio app. That's right. Let's get into the interview. Bootleg Kev Show. Special guest in here. My guy. He's back.
What's up, man? It's GASHI, man. What's poppin'?
What's up, buddy?
Good, man. Just landed in LA. I was in New York finishing this new album, The Killer Whales of Gotham. I decided
Such a crazy name.
Thank
The Killer
you.
Whales of Gotham.
The Killer Whales of Gotham, yeah. We went to Staten Island.
Okay.
So, you know, I was a garbage man.
Yeah.
And I met a kid who's a garbage man. And I was in a barbershop and they were playing this kid's beats. And I'm like, yo, who produced that? Like, yo, some garbage man from Staten Island. And I was like, yo, give me his number. I call him. I'm like, yo, you produce these beats? He's like, yeah. His name is Casella, Dom Casella, and some Italian kid. And I was like, yo, I want to record. I want to record on these beats. He's like, yo, why don't you just slide through over here? I'm like, Staten Island. He's like, yeah. He's like, yo, come through. He's like, I work with Method Man, whatever, Wu-Tang. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, that's kind of rap album I kind of want to be doing right now. I want to be in a rap bag. So I started this album, and I've been locked in New York. I haven't really came back here. Plants died in the crib. Like,
Yeah, but so you were in LA. I mean, I feel like you were in LA forever.
Yeah, I've been in LA for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had to move out, you know, like it feels like I love LA, man. I don't hate LA. I love LA. I just think, you know, you eventually have to like move out to let people know around you, like you really on type shit.
Right.
know?
I feel like you kind of also like, you've been through like so many different, like you've kind of been thrown into the blender of the music industry and kind of spit out the other side.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I think about like, you know, obviously the Rock Nation, the RCA, it's just like, you know, I feel like you kind of made like this like amazing music throughout your whole career, but for whatever reason, like the label would never get behind it the way I thought that they should. Like I think about the 1984 album. I'm like, yo, this you were kind of ahead of your time. Like a lot of people kind of
Everybody did 80s after that.
After that, yeah.
Yeah, we did
Like you had Sting on that shit.
Yeah, man, thank you, bro. You know, I recently did like the time while we had that interview for 1984. I was finishing Brooklyn Cowboy, which is a country album. Yeah, that was 2020, and they were like, we ain't doing no country album. And I ended up getting in a fight with the label.
So you were already working on it before it was a thing, because that was one thing I saw you do the country thing, and I was like, well, that's kind of random.
Yeah. I started the country album in 2019, finished it in 2020.
Wow.
Delivered it. They didn't want to put it out. They said country is not the move. That's just not it. And then 4 years later, it became the hottest shit.
Yeah, everybody's.
But I fought to get that album because I wanted to own it. So as soon as I was off RCA, started my own label on February 23rd, which is, you know, off RCA. ORCA is Orca. That's how my label started, off RCA. And I just felt,
off RCA.
Yeah. So I kind of felt like, you know, I was a killer whale in SeaWorld, you know, labels is a SeaWorld. So I said, yo, fuck SeaWorld, you know.
Right.
Started my own shit, got my own chain. I ain't wait for nothing.
That's a good reference, or a good, you know, I see it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just, you know, you're right though. I've been put in all different, I do all types of music. I've always done it since the beginning of my career, but you know, rap and hip hop is like what got me started. If you listen to every single album I've ever put out, you always hear a hip hop or rap element in all the albums, you know? Because the culture, I feel like, you know, a lot of the songs that are sampled in rap are not, it's not hip hop or rap music. That sample is, they sample jazz, you sample pop music, you know? So regardless, like the culture and rap is always involved in every genre. Yeah,
and you also were one of the first artists I remember, like, really kind of people finding on Spotify.
Yeah. When that shit was lit.
Yeah, like I think it was when Tuma was running things. And there was like early rap Caviar. Like I remember you, like a lot of people like Like I think that might be. I think I'd heard of you, but I think I really like got hip to the music just because you were on. I forget what playlist it was, but you were
Rap
like
Caviar, today's top hits. I mean, when those playlists mattered, you know what I mean. Now it's just like whatever. Like,
yeah, I feel like the playlists nowadays are like, I don't know, man. You know, I always say that the blog era was the shit back in the day because there were gatekeepers, but at least they had good taste, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Yo, it's so funny, man. I just ran into this dude, Mecca. Remember Two Dope Boys?
Of course, Two Dope Boys. It's my boy. Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Mecca, man. I just ran into him. I did an interview. They got this new thing called Crate Diggins.
Yeah, it was Mecca and Shake from Two Dope Boys.
Yeah, so shout out to Shake. Shout out to Mecca. I mean, yeah, you're right. You just said it. Like, they had taste. Nowadays, it's just like people buying slots and stuff, you know?
Or it's just like numbers. It's like... what's the algorithm, and then there's like, okay, how much of this is like, because everybody who, like, at the end of the day, like, if you're on a major label for the most part and you're like a major priority, there is like some level of like inflating the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, all the numbers is fake, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be up here sounding like Russ and shit, but like, you know, the reality is a lot of the shit is fake, a lot of the shit is bootleg, and you know, it's not like you can't see it. You like search the numbers on your laptop, you see like, why is like 20 million people listening to this artist in Bangladesh? Like, why are they so popping in the Philippines?
Or
like,
in fucking like, you know, Estonia, Russia, something crazy.
Yeah, well, I can't say now. Russia is lit because, you know, we sold 15,000 tickets in Russia. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, you know, Russia is really streaming.
What year was this?
I don't even remember.
Was this middle of the conflict? I don't know. I just tried to figure that out.
No.
How was the travel over
It was back in the day. But yo, my manager did get taken and pushed aside. They had it because his passport had a rip in it, so he had to wait for us to be finished with the show. Yeah, it was kind of stressful over there. But you know, the fan base in Russia, Germany. Like when I did Germany, I was opening up for Playboi Carti. I was on tour with Carti, and those kids, they just love the underground shit. They don't really care about like the #1 song and this and that. Like, you're not really listening to the stuff Americans are listening to over there. They like Suicide Boys. They like Lil Peep and shit like that. You know, Bones. So
shout out to Bones.
Yeah.
It's crazy too because like a lot of fans, I feel like they've been programmed to like, you know, come up with an opinion on an artist or a song based on what their profile on Spotify looks like. Like if you open up someone's Spotify profile and they only have like, I don't know, 10,000 monthly listeners, you're like, man, this shit ain't it. Like, I feel like it's a thing.
I mean, you know, the problem is
instead of finding artists
the problem is people are listening with their eyes, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And not their ears. And it's sad because, you know, you see the situation we in now. It's like music has become so accessible, people don't respect it, and it's terrible. Back in our day, I mean, I'm talking about me. I mean, we the same age probably.
I'm 38.
I'm 34. Okay. Like, same shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you waited online, you grabbed the CD, you opened it up, you read the lyrics, you cared about it, you cared about what the artist had to say, the package and everything, and it made you feel something. Like when you held the CD, you're like, this hard work, I got this shit, you know what I mean? But now it's like shit comes out at 12, you just go skim through it, and then they fucking judge you based on one listen. They skim right through it.
And they'll do like some of these streams are just so cringy, bro.
Oh my god, dude.
I saw, and I you know, I got love for the Nelk boys, but I saw Kyle from Nelk and Aiden Ross trying to talk about the Drake Kendrick beef, and it was like watching two blind people talk about a painting. It was hilarious.
I mean, what Tyler the Creator say recently? He said some people don't deserve a mic, or like some people should not be able to.
Especially when it comes to like certain shit, it's like, yo, man, like y'all talk about, I don't know what the fuck they talk about, but you know, just like leave the rap shit alone. But no, it's interesting. Like, it's definitely a thing because back then, like even if an album sucked, you spent your hard-earned money on it. So you're gonna do your damnedest to find a song or two that you liked.
Like one song on there was like good enough.
Yes.
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
All right, well look, at least I got
at least I got this joint that I can play over and over again. Yes. Put that shit on.
But now it's like you said, people once they skim through it, if you know, it's damn near.
It's fucked up, man. You know, my father used to work at Warner as a garbage man. And they used to throw the CDs out months before it came out, the demos. He used to bring them home. And I would just listen to them as a kid, and I would pick the singles, you know. Like with the ones I liked, I would just like grab a pen and like circle the ones I liked on the CD. And they always ended up being the singles on the radio too, which is fucking funny. So like somehow I ended up being my own like immigrant A&R who didn't speak English but just loved music, you know.
Love it. Talk about like for you, you know, just what was the motivation to you know, obviously come off of doing a country album, Country So Big.
Yeah.
What was the motivation to get back to the grimy rap shit? Because this is really like your first, like, I would say, like, in terms of this pocket of hip hop, like, project.
Yeah, I mean, I've always rapped,
right?
Not,
for sure,
but never this good,
right?
Because
which was by choice.
Yeah, my father got sick, and it kind of fucked me up, and I had to go back home, and I don't know. It was just like I had a hard 4 years of my life, and I don't know. I just like kind of forgot what reality was being in LA.
Right. Yeah, LA's, dude, if you get put in that industry blender, you end up at all these events. And you're just around all these like super like finicky people who are only around you because of what they think you could do for them or.
Yeah, man. I mean, I went to New York, you know what I'm saying? I just got a whole family in New York, and shit got real, you know what I mean, in my life. And the weather changed, shit got real. I needed to feel something again, so I started to pick up the shit that made me fall in love with it, you know what I mean? And I was like, I just love the shit. And then I had my homie who from high school, my boy Jamal, he go by Jimmy Banks. He's one of my favorite rappers. And I put him on the album, and I was like, you know what, it's time for me to give back to the people that I kind of grew up with. Right. And I put him on the album with me, and it was just like, it was like that. It was like Jordan, Kobe. Like, that's how I felt in school. We would kill that shit every lunchroom. That was my homie. So I kind of wanted to go back to why I started this shit, because for a while it just felt like music was just sad. And I hated these rappers so much. They're so corny and they're lame. And in real life, I would never want to beat them, you know? And rap was something that's so special, and it got whack. It got watered down.
Do you feel like the era in which your entry point in terms of like the mainstream of hip hop, did it because you kind of came in during, I would say, the dark ages, I always say.
I mean,
did it kind of like just like because when you're coming in and you're doing what you do and you have the talent that you have, and you've kind of seen like a lot of people, you know, get embraced who were maybe, you know, you were with it at the you know, ground level, but then you see guys like not even to say names, just the SoundCloud era, just people were getting signed off of antics and not music, and you were like a true artist. So like I can only imagine like coming in at that time and trying to compete with fuck shit for real.
I mean,
it had to be like it had to be like tough. Like I don't know.
It was tough, you know what I mean? But it was just like I was dealing with a lot of weird shit too. Like at the time, like I found, you know, I linked up with Post Malone, and like I was dealing with his shit, like where we got into a beef because I dressed him up for his first videos. His first video ever was my video, you know what I mean? And it got weird because he kind of jumped into my management, Austin Rosen, who brought me into the music business. He's like the biggest dude in music now, and he's the one who discovered me. I was homeless when he discovered me, you know what I mean? Like I had nothing. And then you got this kid Post Malone who just comes into the picture, and it felt like a soul swap. It was weird because like he wasn't really doing the sound we was doing and rapping and doing all that, you know, and it felt like a soul swap. It was like weird. We kind of looked the same, and it was so weird. He like took the management. He took my management because at the time it was just Dre London. Yeah. Who was busting his ass to make this kid.
Dre was killing it for sure.
Yeah, at the time. And then he like grabbed my management, and then he went and grabbed my producer, Louis Bell, and they took the template and just started doing.
So this had to have been because he was working with First and Charlie Handsome pretty early.
Yeah. That was
before Charlie Handsome was Charlie Handsome.
Yeah. I mean, those kids were.
And they had like 3 records on SoundCloud, 3 or 4.
Yeah. But that was like he was doing White Iverson and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Too Young. There was one more.
But he wasn't doing the shit that I was doing. You know what I mean? And then it got to a point where it was just negative. I was being negative on that shit. It was just like a bunch of it was just a bunch of static between us. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to figure the shit out.
Was it one-sided though? Because I'm sure he didn't have static towards you.
Of course he did.
He did. Okay.
He blackballed me.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He'd go around blackballing me. He took my agent. He did everything to like really try to go out of his way. Him and his team. They did everything they could.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, bro. Like I deal with that shit till this day. I deal with that shit. Wow. You know what I mean? And whatever, we saw each other at the award show. Jelly Roll came up to me and said, "What up?" Because he's a real one, and he was sitting right next to me. They had us both front row at the thing, and he wouldn't look at me, dog. You know what I'm saying? He know what time it is. Like, if he was a real one, he knew he would be like, "Yo, what up?" Like, chop it up. But he's scared.
You guys haven't had any combos?
No, bro. He's a certified weirdo. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Because like there was a story about his plane couldn't land and he was about to like fucking die or some shit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, like I prayed for him. I called my mother because my mom's a Muslim woman. I told her to say a prayer for him because I would never want any bad shit to happen to anyone. I don't move that way. I'm like, I'm a child of light. You know what I mean? So when I found the plane landed, I said to myself, like, yo, bro, like I never want to deal with this shit again. I'm dead this shit. Like I never want to deal with that shit. And that's the same month I got my record deal. And that's the same month.
To RCA or to Rock Nation? To
Rock Nation and RCA. Okay. And then I signed for millions of dollars and my life changed.
Yeah.
Because I deaded that situation. I felt like, I was like, let me move in this new direction. Changed my sound up, changed everything. But every time I changed my sound up, it would be same shit. And then I'd be like, damn, I do the fucking this, he does this, do this, he do that, I do this.
He didn't do 80s though, did he?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember.
Did the 80s shit, did the country shit.
Hey, you already know, man, we just finished March Madness. Now it's all about the NBA playoffs. NFL football season, if you squint hard enough, you can see it coming down. But nonetheless, my bookie's where you want to get in on all the action, baby. That's right. If y'all know me, man, I love sports gambling. It's something that it is my, I would say, a passion. I've been rocking with my bookie for at least 11 or 12 years as a client. And so it's great that now they are partners with our podcast. This is what's dope about my bookie. No matter where you're at, you go to my bookie right now, mybookie.ag, sign up for a new account using that promo code Bootleg. You're going to get that first deposit bonus up to $1,000. Yes. And right now it's all about the NBA playoffs, MLB baseball, which is, if you know what you're doing with the baseball, there's a lot of money to be made. And we got the futures. I'm going to say you got to just ride the thunder all the way. Historically, the best net rating in NBA history when it comes to defense and offense together. They are absolutely going to murder everybody and then win against the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals. It's my opinion. We'll see what happens. Nonetheless, get in on all the action. Early cash outs on your parlays. You could do your futures. Who you think is going to win the MVP? You still got a couple of days to get that in. Who do you think is going to win the NBA championship? Who do you think is going to win the World Series? And of course, they got the full service casino. I'm talking about blackjack with Blackjack Dealers Live. You could do roulette. You could do craps. You could do slots. You could do everything. Mybookie.ag. You got to use that promo code Bootleg. That supports the podcast and that gets you hooked up with that first deposit bonus up to $1,000. Mybookie.ag. Also want to give a shout out to Blue Chew. That's right, Blue Chew, man. A lot of people always keep asking me about Blue Chew. Does it work? Look, find out for yourself because you can get a free month supply. You just go to bluechew.com, pay $5 shipping. They're going to send you in a discreet package, of course, some Blue Chew. It's got the same active ingredient as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form, sent discreetly to your doorstep. 0 visits to doctors' offices. It's all handled online. If you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, Blue Chew got you. Maybe you need a little extra pep in your step. Blue Chew got you. Damn near adds a half an inch to your for real. I'm kidding. It doesn't. I don't think we're allowed to say that, but it feels like it. Your ain't never been harder. I mean that. You're going to have all-time erections, and your partner, whether that's your wife, your girlfriend, your side, a dude, a trans dude, whoever you're, etceteras, non-etceteras, everyone's going to appreciate how hard your is as long as, you know, they get to experience it, you know? So you'll be thanking me later. They'll be thanking me later. Them will be thanking me later. BlueChew.com right now. You get that delivered right to your doorstep discreetly. Try it for free for a month. Please. I mean, fellas, ladies, etc. Get on that Blue Chew. I mean, what are we waiting for? Free. All right. Yeah, pay $5 for shipping and let's make it happen. Let's get back to the interview. I know. I think you did the 80s thing, and then I remember right after Tori did it. And Tori did a great job.
And me and Tori got into it too because he was using my clips.
Oh, I didn't know.
As promo. And I was like, yo, why are you using my clips? And he came at me in my DM and I was like, bro, look, I don't want to start. No.
Both your all's albums were fire.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I like what Tori.
But your album was, man, I remember me and my artist Alexis, because yeah, we love that album, dude.
Thank you.
That's my favorite body of work that you put out. I think it's
appreciate
fucking
it,
like,
man. Thank you. I ain't getting no push on that, you know.
You know what's crazy about that album is like, I feel like I love the Tory album, but it sounds like it was like someone making an 80s album in 2025.
Yeah.
Or 2023.
Yeah, 2020.
Whenever it was
2020.
But your album, it felt like if you got into a time machine and you just pressed play on the radio, it sounded like
the fucking 80s. Yeah. I mean, that's what I try to do with Brooklyn Cowboy too, the country album. You know, I was like, the thing is like when you're making a body of work, like you need to live that shit.
Right.
You understand? That's why when you're like, yo, you haven't been in LA in a while, it's because, yeah, I dealt with family shit. But at the same time, I had to go to Staten Island.
Right.
I had to live in Staten Island. I had to go to the gym in Staten Island. I have to like do the Staten Island shit to be in New York, to be like, yo, this is what Wu-Tang was going through, to make the shit. Because it's like, I need to have a full experience to make a whole project like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, during the country shit, you were running around probably Nashville.
No, fuck that. I ain't do that. No, I ain't do that. That's what they did. They went to fucking Nashville and got every feature in fucking Nashville to make yourself look good. I went to fucking Muscle Shoals, Alabama. If you guys don't know Muscle Shoals, Alabama, watch the documentary.
I don't.
The Rolling Stones, Aretha Franklin, all the greats, every single hit we ever loved was recorded in this place called Muscle Shoals. And I fucking did that shit, bro. I was so happy that I went there and I recorded Brooklyn Cowboy at Muscle Shoals and I drove straight to Brooklyn from there and made Brooklyn Cowboy. You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
The hats are so dope. I put the Yankee logo on the fucking cowboy hat and it sold so much, so many hats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're like, I feel like, you know, you got so many records. Like, I think like Safety. Like, Safety is like a fucking joint, bro. Like, I could have been number one in the world.
How did I go to radio with that? With Chris Brown on it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Safety, Creep on Me changed my life. You know, I got like 12 gold records.
That's a lot, dude.
Yeah, I never had a hit though. I got 12 gold records, 2 platinum.
I mean, even like My Year, I feel like should have been like a big sync. I mean, was it a big sync record for you? I feel like I saw it
got me paid. You know what I'm saying? My Year, it's weird because I always have this luck where like my music hits the sports, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say, I remember seeing it on the sports shit.
Yeah, so when Toronto won, they played My Year. They ain't play no Drake record.
Right.
They played my shit. When Yankees started their season, they played My Year. So My Year was played. It's been something they play all the time. You know what I mean? It's like I'm Mariah Carey of New Year's with that shit. You know, it's like really cool because they play it every New Year's. I see the streams jump up. You know what I mean? And recently I did a song with Wiz Khalifa called Better, and every game the Knicks use that to hype before the game. So when I sit there at the games, I'm like, damn, this is really my song, and I'm doing it independently. You know.
Have you got to hang out with Gorilla Nems out there in New York yet?
No, I haven't, man. Look, bro.
You mentioned the Knicks. I'm just like, I feel like you guys are like, you and Nems hanging out in Coney Island. That's my guy. Yeah. He's the most hilarious motherfucker alive, and he's also like, just an amazing artist. Like,
really.
But he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
dude.
man. I've seen him a few times, man. Like,
bro, he's a rapping.
We
ain't
never
fool.
really have a conversation, but like, I respect what he does. I remember where I was in like Texas or some shit. I ran to Paul Rosenberg, and he was telling me about.
Oh yeah, because Rosenberg signed Nems.
Yeah,
to Goliath.
Yeah, he was telling me. I mean, I love it, man. I think I love the fact that like he does him. He's in his own world, and I don't know too much, but from what I heard, when I see the freestyles and stuff,
he's hard.
He got bars. He's super dope. So,
what is I guess with this album, would you say sonically, it's very much like '90s?
Yeah, it's '90s, but it's still new. I got newer shit too in there, just because I need the streams.
Yeah,
like I got a song called Rings.
Okay.
With G-Eazy on there because it's like I want to get.
Hey, he was out in New York too I think he just left.
Yeah,
but he was out there for like at least a year living.
No, yeah, he's still there. He got another apartment.
Okay.
There.
Oh, I saw he moved out of his apartment, so I don't know if he.
Yeah, he got a new one.
Got it.
He lives out here too.
Yeah.
Rings, kind of different. Then I got a song called London with Gigs on there that's not New York. It's just, but
Right.
I need these records for people that don't listen to Griselda all the time,
Right.
don't listen to Alchemist all
Well,
the
and then
time.
you have like a worldly audience too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All European shows, all my European shows is sold out. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like that's where the money's at. So I gotta still feed them that shit that they like, the My Ears and all that. But majority of the album, it's all like I produce majority of the shit.
Oh, you made the beats too?
Yeah. It's just all like simple samples. It just loops, me rapping on them.
Dope. Not a lot of drums.
Nah, not a lot of drums. No hooks either.
That's the new shit.
Yeah, just me rapping, man. It's
Yeah.
just like, and then
I guess it's not that new now because
And then it's
Griselda's
me-
been cracking for so long.
yeah, and then it's me introducing my favorite rapper too. You know what I mean?
They got you
Jimmy
signed.
Banks. Yeah, he's the fucking. I think Jimmy Banks. I think Jimmy Banks is better than any rapper in New York right now. Period.
Dope.
I put him against anybody. Like it's a no brainer. Like this man crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is for you, man? Like you obviously, you know, you come from immigrant parents. You know, you are somebody who, you know, was not born in the United States but changed your life by moving here. What is your take on what's going on with all this mass deportation shit going on? It seems
that
pretty
shit-
heartless and crazy.
That shit's whack. I don't fuck with it. I think it's terrible. I saw this video, man. That shit brought me to tears. There was this girl screaming at her mom from a gate, telling her she's gonna get her out. She's gonna bring her back. And I mean, bro, like it breaks my heart, and it's because it hits home. You know, I was born in Libya, bro, and we were trying to get into America for so fucking long, bro. And every time we hit a country where they didn't accept us as refugees, we would be sent back. So it's like a video game, and you'd have to start all over again.
Should they send you back to Libya?
Yeah,
And this is Gaddafi's Libya.
yeah,
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if my parents never decided to go to America, I would probably be a Muslim man married with kids right now in Libya. Like, my
Right.
life would never be signing to Jay-Z, RCA,
Right.
putting out these records. Like,
Right.
I grew up on Arabic music.
Right.
All my melodies are Arabic, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm Albanian. I'm not even.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So it's just crazy. Like, you know, I can't believe it. I just feel like you got to believe in God, man. Like, I believe in God so much because it's like I had to be here. Like, I was a mistake. My mother didn't even know she was going to have me. You know what I'm saying? She
Crazy.
found out. They issued. My dad was like, nah, you know, we can't have him. And she ended up having me on the kitchen floor in Libya in like a big refugee building. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, I just feel like I changed their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
for
that
sure.
shit was meant to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's just sad because there's just so much like there's like zero nuance or context. It feels like put into any of these people getting like swept off the street outside of, you know, maybe they're saying things about a foreign country that we're not allowed to say anymore, I guess. But
Yeah, it's kind of messed up, man.
it's wild times we're living in,
I
man.
was supposed to have my best friend come meet me to go to Coachella with me from Germany, and they have a list. Like, they're not letting people in from Germany.
Oh
They're
shit!
not letting people in from certain countries, and it's just weird. I don't understand it.
No,
I
it's
don't really
wild.
get into
Did you go to
politics.
Coachella this past weekend?
Nah.
You're going this weekend?
I was supposed to, because I was supposed to do a few things. With,
Yeah.
you know, shout out to my publicist, you know, Forefront Group. You know, they were supposed to get me a bunch of shit. And
You've done Coachella, right?
Nah, I was supposed to do it. I didn't do it.
Okay.
I kind of just been waiting for me to have my moment.
Yeah.
You know, man, to have like the Jelly Roll moment, the fucking moment of like the Doja Cat moment.
Yeah, the Jelly Roll thing, like I've been friends with Jelly since like 2011 or 12 or something
Yeah.
like that. And, you know, I would always tell that fool, like, you know, as soon as anyone who meets him loves him. And he's always been, he's always been the same guy. So it's like, hey, dude, as soon as you the world meets you, it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's amazing.
Yeah, no,
We linked up in Nashville before.
he's gonna be. I just told him, like, I was like, you're gonna be the white Snoop Dogg, bro.
Yeah, because you know why? That's crazy.
He's the white Snoop, and like it doesn't even matter musically what happens. He's always going to just be like, he's gonna be just being him is good enough for him to be straight for it. Like Snoop
so
Dogg,
good.
like he's be able to get bags just for being like, it's crazy. Like he just got the American
I
Idol
like that you
bags.
said that, man. That's bro. You know what you're talking about. That's so dope. It's because his name matches him.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg matches Snoop. Like
Right.
you put the name to the face. It's like the branding is so perfect.
Yeah, and like his story's so crazy. Like if you know him, like and just the shit he went through, and like the drug shit, and shit with his daughter, it's beautiful to see. But yeah, no, like you said, I feel like you've been close. I mean, it's interesting though because you are so big outside of the U.S. in terms of like Europe. Like you're massive, dude. So like, what is your biggest market outside of the States?
You got Germany, Paris.
Yeah.
You got Kosovo, Albania. Everything in Europe from London. They're always top listeners, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure Kosovo, Albania's got to be fun to go to and go back to the homeland. It's like you, Action Bronson, Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
I think that's the big three.
Yeah. Shout out to Bronson, man. I love him. That's my guy. I just love my country. You know what I'm saying? I love my people. I love my women too. Like the Albanian girls are like some of the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your life. You know?
Yeah.
Albanian women is like, damn. It's like I love Albanian girls. You know, they're the best.
Why did you name it the Killer Whales of Gotham?
I named the album The Killer Whales of Gotham because I saw whales in New York City, and I didn't know we had whales by the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
And my whole new shit is fuck SeaWorld because the label's a SeaWorld, you know, and I felt like I was Willie, bro. I was being contained my whole career.
Right. I love that, yeah.
And I need to find a way to jump over that wall and be free from all this bullshit telling me what to do. A&Rs are artists that never made it.
Yeah, and they all have their own ulterior motives.
Exactly. So they failed and they want to see you fail so they feel good about it. You know?
For sure.
And I was like, fuck this shit, man. I got to get out of here. But I thought, how dope would it be if there was killer whales in Gotham, New York? So I came up with the whole, you know, it's a shark-infested fucking business, man. How sick would it be when the killer whales come around and all the sharks run away, you know?
Right.
So the Killer Whales of Gotham, I started a group. All my favorite rappers in New York that I grew up with are in the group called the Killer Whales.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I love that. So you're gonna do like a whole project eventually?
Yeah, I mean, we do a whole project. Like, it's about putting people on, you know what I'm saying?
Shit?
Huh?
Some Wu-Tang type shit?
Yeah, you never know. You know what I'm saying? But it's about putting people on. I mean, last time we seen that was ASAP.
For sure, it's been a while. Yeah, it's I mean, Griselda. Obviously, Griselda's a crew, a label, you know, that everybody has had a lot of success on.
Yeah.
In terms of the main three guys.
I love Griselda, man. I think Griselda and Doechii made me want to rap again too.
Yeah, because Doechi's an alien.
Yeah, she's fucking dope. She's so
She's
sexy.
so talented.
She's so talented. She's so dope. Everything about her is just A1. She dope, and her team is incredible.
When you look back at your albums, 2016 was Stairs, all the way to now. What's your favorite project?
I think my favorite album is 1984.
It's a great album.
Thank you, man. I love that album a lot. I was very confident on that album. And then I would think the new one, Killer Whales of Gotham, is going to end up being my favorite one. Even though Brooklyn Cowboy, Elevators, all of them were so dope. But like, this new one is just...
What was the most successful one?
GASHI.
Yeah.
The self-titled.
Yeah.
That's because they put money behind it. It's the first one.
Yeah, and your biggest records are on that one.
Creep on Me, it's like 200 million. A lot of... every song on there is over 100 million on that album.
What year? I forget what year. What year did you drop the 4 from your name?
Oh, 2018. I signed to him. They were like, you need to take the 4 out of your name.
Yeah, because they were G4She.
G4She. I was the first one to put a 4 on my name. You know what I mean? A lot of artists now, they put 4s in their names.
Do they?
Yeah, man.
I don't know, dude.
You know Joey Franchise?
Of course. Shout out to my brother Joey Franchise.
He just played my new record on the radio.
In Tampa, Florida. At Wild 94.1. I do nights there.
Yeah.
I'm the night show there.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, shout out to Joey, man. That's the first dude to ever put me on a fucking...
The Hartford GOAT right there.
Yeah,
Connecticut
man.
G.
Yeah, that's the first dude to put me on
He has a serious sneaker fetish that I feel like the tariffs are going to affect.
Yeah, it's crazy because like we used to go around and because I went to school in Massachusetts, so
where'd you go? UMass, right?
I went to UMass, got left there after a year, and I went to AIC. I met Joey, and he like put me on his radio show.
Because he was doing radio in Boston at the time too. Yeah,
and then we went to Connecticut. He put me on the radio in Connecticut.
Good guy, man.
Joey's the real one, man. Like, there's nothing for me to say except for show love because he's just a real solid dude, and he's been supporting me since. Shout out to Joey Franchise.
Hey, real quick, want to give a shout out to our newest sponsor, man. Salute to the family at Slap Woods. That's right. We love Slap Woods because they slap, man. The only leaf, the only wrap that we smoke, all right? So check this out. I want to do a giveaway. If you're watching this is what we're going to do. If you go buy yourself a Slap Wood from the smoke shop, the corner store, wherever, you tag me in it, tag Slap Woods, and tag the Bootleg Head Podcast. That's 3 accounts you got to tag on your story or on your post. I'm going to be looking out for it. I'm going to pick 3 people to send a box of Slap Woods. We're also going to send y'all a Bootleg Kev 500 episode t-shirt and some Bootleg Kev odd socks, all right? So make sure you go follow Slap Woods. Go show them some love, and we like to say much love, man. Hey, look, we rocking with them Slap Woods, baby. You already know. It's the Bootleg Kev Podcast. Let's get back to it. I want to shout out to our good folks over at Odd Socks, our family. Ooh, Lay's potato chip socks. What else do we got here? The Bob Rosses. Shout out to that. Looks like Ritz. We also have some of this. Anyway, if y'all don't know, man, Odd Socks are OG sponsor. They're our day ones. They're our family. They just had a birthday in December, celebrating 11 years. The crazy shit about Odd Socks is I've been with them since they was like getting it out the mud in Tampa, Florida in like 2014. Fast forward, they're one of the biggest sock companies in the world. And we're hooking up all of our viewers with a dope deal with Odd Socks, the most comfortable socks in the world, the craziest licenses. Go to oddsocksofficial.com, use the promo code right now. It's Bootleg, and you'll save 20% off. Of course, the underwear's on deck. Shout out to the undies. We got all the undies. They got the slides now. They got belts. They got all kinds of crazy shit at Odd Socks, man. Oddsocksofficial.com, promo code Bootleg. Save 20% off at checkout. And by the way, if you screenshot me an Odd Socks order that you used with our promo code, throw me a pair of Bootleg Kev socks. Give me a pair. Give me a pair over there. If you can screenshot an Odd Socks order and send it to me, the first 5 people that do that, I'm going to send you on the house a free pair of Bootleg Kev socks. Yeah, why not? Support my people. I support my people. You feel me? Let's get back to the interview. Yo, can you tell me what it was like touring with Cardi back then?
I mean, let me tell you, bro, like the Cardi I know now, I see now, I don't know how recognize I went there, but look, bro, I've toured with this guy named Blackbear.
Shout out to Blackbear, very talented.
Yeah, he's a bitch, and I think it's so crazy because he's the biggest hater ever.
Is he?
Yeah,
he lost a lot of weight. He got his drug addiction under control from what I see. But
I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
Okay,
he's pussy, and I think it's so crazy the fact that like we killed the show so bad. He made like security guards take shits in my green room, use the towels, and abuse me until I had to like say something. He turned the lights off on the show because everybody would like come to see me, and then after the show they would
walk
leave.
To the crowd.
Yeah, they'd fucking leave, and he hated it. And his management was like, well, we made a mistake having him open up. We should have gotten somebody that was not as popping. And it was just rude, you know what I'm saying? And he would do things that were...
What year was that?
Like, I don't know, 2019 or something.
Sounds about right.
And so one show we were in Philly, he turned all the lights off while I was performing on stage to embarrass me. And I ended up falling and hurting my knee really bad. I almost tore my ACL. And I decided to walk off that tour, and he tried to, his team, and were like trying to like get me to like be cool and just be like, hey, we're sorry, and try to bring me a bottle and whatever, apologize to me. And it was just like, nah, bro, you crossed the line, you know what I'm saying? The whole tour you were doing that, the whole tour, you abused me the whole tour, and I was trying to be cool because I was just thankful to be there.
Just to be there, yeah, because 2019 it was a good year for him.
And good year for me, you know? And he was just not a good person, man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm over it. Obviously, I don't care. I don't even give a fuck about that shit. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and be like, play the fucking card of being like politically correct or whatever, or like just play the card of being a nice guy. Like, fuck him, you know what I'm saying? But then the opposite is like Playboy Cardi. You got a kid who's like 3 years younger than me and brings me on tour, lets me open up for him in Europe, and was the sweetest man in the world. Playboi Carti is the sweetest man in the world. He's so real. He gets mad bitches. Like, I remember I was in the other green room. At the time, I didn't really have money. It was just me and my DJ. And he came in with his whole squad, rolled the blunt up, was like, yo, here's a blunt for you. And then he came in with mad bitches. And he's like, which one you like? And I was like, oh, you know, it's cool. Like, we cool. And he's like, yo, I need you to, like pointed at the girls. Like, yo, I need you to fuck my mans. Like, got us mad pussy, he got us weed, got us drinks. Like,
he was serving you up. I like
bro,
that.
Carti's like so real, bro. Playboi Carti is like, look, bro, there's a lot of rappers, new rappers that don't live that life. Like, Playboi Carti lives that life. It's really fly, really cool, really dope, really a real man, and he doesn't hate. It's not, bro, I never felt no hate. Even when I killed it, I'm telling you right now, Carti knows. There was some nights where people left and he was performing for like nobody. I literally killed that shit.
And then people would leave and he wouldn't hate.
He would perform it, and bro, he would not hate nothing. He would finish the show, but he'd come up to me, bro, you killed that shit, boom. Like, show me mad love. And I think that's what a real artist is. That's why he's where he's at.
Well, yeah, he's on, you know, his whole thing is so crazy. We saw him at Rolling Loud and it was like,
he's so fire, man. So, you know, it's like, that experience was so dope because now watching him become this huge star, it's like, I'm not surprised.
But he's also like, he's a big star. I mean, I think he's like 4 or 5 weeks straight at #1 or something.
Yeah.
But he's also still underground.
I know.
It's like he's still underground as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he really, like, his music is still very like acquired type. The kid, he just got the kids, bro. Like,
yeah, he's doing it right though. You know,
he's doing it right for sure.
Yeah. But like, yeah, that was a good experience. And I started doing my own tours, you know, and I just feel like it's been a while since I opened up for a big artist to me, whatever. And I kind of just been doing my own shit, touring my own shit. And it feels good to just be a hard ticket sales act, you know what I'm saying? That's what my idea is. It's like people be like, yo, why is it such a big deal to sell hard tickets? It's because it's hard.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't easy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like the difference between like having those numbers we talked about earlier where people listen with their eyes. If they're listening with their eyes only, they ain't coming to fucking buy a ticket to see your ass.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like,
I mean?
People don't understand. Like, bro, there's a band called there's a fucking band that I not recently, but whatever. I listened to them like years ago. And this fucking band was at like 500,000 monthly listeners, but they were selling fucking stadiums and they were selling like arenas, like doing fucking big rooms. And that shit don't mean nothing, bro. Like, if you can sell tickets, that's what it means. Like, I'm trying to do like the Suicide Boys, like,
oh yeah, they're
numbers.
killing it.
You know,
they're doing they're doing arenas.
Yeah, fuck with them, bro. Like,
shout out to them.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just
that
like,
whole movement, Puya and
yeah,
Fat Nick's my dog.
Yeah. I like Fat Nick. That song he has with Lil Peep. I love that shit.
Oh yeah, Fat Nick's that's my boy, bro.
I love
them guys.
shit.
I just saw them. Actually, me and OT just went to. They had a show in LA at what's the show in K-Town? The Wiltern. Puya and Fat Nick. That shit was crazy.
Fuck with them. They dope, man. Shows are important. We building the whole shit. I think that's what we're doing right now, and it just feels good to be out here after 16 years. You know what I'm saying? Still doing it. Still putting projects out. Still having the fan base. We sold out Toronto a few days ago. Like, still doing it. Still pushing. It don't change.
Are you gonna do like? Because I feel like when you get into that country space, you're kind of like in a whole new like ecosystem because it is its own. Yeah. I always tell people like country music is very much its like own isolated industry away from.
I don't fuck with bro. Look,
because like, you know, it's like when we think of the music industry, we think of New York and LA. But like all that shit don't matter. You got to go to fucking Main Street in Nashville. Yeah, there's all these riders.
I don't think I'll ever do country again.
Okay.
Period. Like, I don't
left a sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that somebody called me a Puerto Rican cowboy, and they didn't try to hear me out anything. It felt really racist when I was there. When I did go there, I felt very unwelcome. The fact that like I wasn't like the typical white dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't fuck with how racist a lot of the people, not all, majority of the people in that genre are racist as fuck. And I don't stand with it. I don't fuck with it. I that shit left such a bad taste. I don't fuck with them. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck about it. I love my music. I love the fact that I tried it. It was awesome. But I wasn't gonna pack up and move there and try to do all that weirdo shit. Like, no way. Like, that was just me doing. I've been doing all different genres my whole career. So, but that was the only genre that I did when I went there. It felt super racist. It felt very unwelcoming. If you think some fucking genres are gatekeepers, just go over there and you'll see.
No, that's the gatekeeping industry.
Yeah, that's
for
a
sure.
gatekeeping
Country
industry.
is very much a gatekeeper culture.
Yeah, and it's like some people are cool as fuck. There's artists there that I fuck with, like Jelly Roll and
Yeah.
people like that. And those are Jelly's a rapper, you know
For sure.
what I mean? So like he gets it, but like a lot of them over there, very very unwelcoming, and made me feel like, you feel me? They
Yeah, it's like if you go there and you're like chosen, they'll put you in with the writers and they'll damn near hand you a #1 hit without even like you even knowing what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't fuck with it. I think it's fake. I don't fuck with it. I think it's bullshit, and it is what it is. I respect the people there that did show me love. Shout out to Shabuzi. Shout out to the artists that did show me love and fuck with me and said they love my album. But you know, all the gatekeepers and all that saying the shit that they were saying about me and the shit that I heard, you know what I mean? I just like, I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, country's like I feel like it's in a cool place now because it's like there is like the Shabuzis. There's a lot of like just dope songwriting. I say that about country is the songwriting.
Yeah.
When you listen to hip hop and you listen to country, you're like, oh, there's actually like still, because I feel like a lot of hip hop's like the writing of songs.
Yeah, but culture wins.
For
You
sure.
understand what I'm saying? Like, country will never be hip hop, no matter what. Like,
No, for sure.
It's like hip hop and rap music controls the world and rules the world.
sure.
And it's like
Shit,
you know,
and Latin music rules the world. For
yeah,
real.
but like
But
all
it's
of that,
some-
it's
yeah.
in the same kind of thing,
Right,
you
right,
know?
right.
And it's like,
No, country is a here thing.
yes, but
Yeah.
whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo,
But there is like, I just feel like the songwriting is like some of these motherfuckers like.
it's just starting to sound the same. All of it's starting to sound the
like
same.
have you heard of John Moreland?
Nah.
The bald dude, he looks like Bam Bam Bigelow. He's tough.
Probably, yeah.
Pen
But
game's crazy.
I just got such a fucking weird feeling. I just be skipping that shit now. I
Yeah,
don't really
that
give a
makes
fuck
sense.
about listening to it. I'm actually, you know what I'm saying, doing everything. That I might do a jazz.
Do you do
album.
any of those songs on tour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, we did, what's this fucking shit venue on Santa Monica?
Fuck, I don't know.
It's like an iconic venue.
I don't know.
Fucking
There's so many fucking
right there on Doheny and Santa Monica. It's like right on the corner. It's a legendary. All the big dudes. I just sold that out. I performed only the country album.
Dope.
And people love that fucking album. I've had people tell me like, "Yo, I can't believe you're not a
That shit
country
was
singer."
smacking for
Huh?
sure. Shit was dope.
Yeah, thank you, bro. And you know, a lot of the shit went. Bro, I did bigger numbers on my Brooklyn Cowboy album independently than 1984 with RCA.
Crazy. Would you do another timepiece project?
Yeah, I am. I got a 1989 album coming out, my birthday, because everybody thought 84 was my birthday. I'm like, nah, it's, you know what I'm saying? But like,
I mean, yeah, that's a 5-year jump that you can kind of hear too in terms of like where music was at
yeah,
from like 84 to 89. Like the
yeah, 1989. I like that. But it's like 84. It was the best year ever
for music. You're saying
for everything.
okay.
Michael Jordan got drafted.
Michael Jackson's
First
back.
Apple commercial.
True.
Prince,
Right.
Purple Rain, Sade, Diamond, Ninja Turtles,
Great.
Michael Jackson did it 83, popped off in the 84, the biggest. George Michael, 84. 1984, the album by Van Halen. Everything that was anything in culture was 1984. It changed our life forever. Like nothing will ever be the same after that year. So my parents, man, got married that year, and I just felt like, yo, that's why I'm gonna name this shit.
I love it, yeah.
But people thought it was my birthday, and I'm just like, damn, get off my dick.
Like, damn, I'm not that old. Relax.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you had me at 28 years old being like, yo, 1984, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, want to give a shout out to Jardin, man. Listen, if you're in Vegas, the #1 dispensary in the world, the craziest selection of premium cannabis that you'll ever find anywhere. And the best part about Jardin that I love, man, first of all, if you're going to go over there, mention my name, follow him, Jardin_Las Vegas. But what I love about Jardin is you go in there and you know, you're never going to go to another place that's more educated on the weed that they're selling you, right? So maybe you are going in there and you're dealing with anxiety, or maybe you're going in there, you're dealing with inflammation. Maybe you're going in there, you just want to get a little trippy. I don't know. They're going to break down the terpenes for you and tell you which one is best for what you're looking for. It's crazy. Best bud tenders, best place in Vegas, best place in the United States. If you hit Vegas and you hit that taxi at that airport, take me to Jardin. Follow him, Jardin_Las Vegas. Check him out, JardinLasVegas.com. Shout out to the Jardin family. All right, well, look, when's the album dropping? The full album?
I don't know yet. I ain't got a date. We rolling out this new song, me and G-Eazy, for the NBA playoffs called Rings.
Rings, of course.
Yeah.
Championship
Rings. Which I got to send you so you can play
Shout
it.
out to Gerald.
Yeah, shout out to G-Eazy, man.
I think his mom's birthday's today, too.
Rest in peace,
Yeah,
man.
she was a great lady.
Yeah, rest in peace. I love Gerald, man. He's a real
the
dope.
best.
G-Eazy's a dope person, dope artist.
I proposed to my wife on stage at his show.
No way.
Yeah, I love G, man. That's like my brother. Yeah.
He's a fucking real. I didn't know that. That's so fucking dope. Shout out to G-Eazy, man. That's my dog, and he keeps it real. You know what I'm saying? And
who do you think has had? Who's more of a headache on the road, you or G-Eazy, when it comes to our boy Solomon having to handle you guys at a fucking nightclub?
Yo, G-Eazy. Like,
that's an easy answer.
That's an easy answer. Like G-Eazy.
No shit.
You know what I mean? Like, this dude is just wild, bro. He's like American Psycho. Fucking,
for sure.
You know, but
yeah, if you catch him on the right night, you'd be like,
yeah.
Is he all right?
Nah, he's, but yo, shout out to G-Eazy, man. He paved the way for artists like Jack Harlow and shit.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists need to like give him his flowers. A lot of these other dudes would not be here without G-Eazy, and I feel
like he kind of also like the thing about G, I feel like that he did that. He kind of got that direct to fan shit going early.
Yeah, it's hard tickets.
And I remember when he was, I guess, underground, if what would you would call it, and he was just doing like, I remember the way he would package his merch, and I've been seeing G come up since shit, man.
I mean, yo, like G took some of the realest artists on tour, had him open up for his shows.
Kehlani, E40, I Am Sue,
YG,
Pilo, YG, Yo Gotti, Uzi.
He's a Bay legend.
Yeah, Uzi opened for him.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like for some reason, it's like they try to like sleep on him sometimes. Like, you know what I mean?
I think the thing with G, man, is like, it felt like everybody was rooting against him because he got so big, and they were like, "Yo, wait a minute." Because if you think about it, like G's probably, I mean, like obviously there's Too Short and E40, but in terms of like overall numbers in the last like 20 years, like no one's bigger than G-Eazy out of the bag.
Hell no.
In terms of like, if you just look at the numbers, like Me, Myself, and I is like a pop record.
Bro, he has real hits though.
Yeah, for sure. No Limit.
All these other songs, the Tumblr Girls, like all these songs. Bro, what? Like, what are we talking about? It's like that quote. It's like you can do the same shit he's doing, but they won't hate you because it's you doing it.
Right. I just think like a lot of the Bay Area tastemakers too were just waiting for that. Like they always were hating on that fool. Like,
well, they could suck a dick.
Even though he was like putting on for real, he was bringing Pilo on the road.
Dick, man, anybody that got a problem with G-Eazy, I could suck my dick. Like, period.
Yeah, he brought the whole Bay on every tour.
He shows love, man. You know what I mean? It's usually like that. People that show too much love, they don't get no love back because people be hating. Yeah. They take that shit for granted, you know?
Shout out to G, man.
Yeah.
Well, listen, album on the way, new song with G coming out when?
G, Rings, and I got a bunch of other artists in there. It's Real New York album.
Any other features on the album?
We got Ye produced on there, which I don't want to talk about on
Kanye
here now.
West?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he did.
You're able to use the beat? Like he's clearing it?
Yeah. We good.
At this point in time, I feel like,
It don't matter if he clears it or not. He don't give a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He don't give a fuck. We got a few rappers on there that are legendary,
Raekwon? No, I'm just throwing shit.
No.
I'm just throwing shit at the wall.
I want the shit to come out, you know what I'm saying? We got some dope shit on there, Great album. My favorite. If you like rap, this is gonna be your favorite album by me. And if you see something that's too crazy in there, like too dancey, just know I gotta feed my kids, man. You know what I'm saying?
Was there was the Kanye beat like a like sample? Like
yeah. I'll play for you.
All right, I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, bro. I appreciate you pulling up. Album on the way. Go support. I know you got a new. You got a few singles out right now. So
yeah, I got the song called Pen Pals.
with your boy, right?
Yeah, I produced that. My boy Jimmy Banks, and then I got hit with Jimmy Banks again, Halos and Dracos.
And Jimmy Banks is signed to you, or signed to the label.
He's affiliated to my label. Yeah, I don't want to sign my man's. Like I don't do that.
That's fair.
I don't want to sign under my friends. He's a part of. He owns a part of the company like me. So anybody that's around me, they own a percentage of my label with me. So
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? That signing shit's old. It's whack. It is what it is, bro. Like, you feel me? I sign pop artists. I don't sign my friends. You know what I'm saying?
That.
So I could like sign you, make money with you, and I don't want to deal with you. Keep it moving, you know? My friends are my friends.
For sure.
I want to put people on because a real boss would show you how to get it, you know what I mean? And somebody trying to low bro you, that ain't what you want to be dealing with, you know?
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Well, I appreciate you, man.
Man, appreciate you too, bro. Thank you for having me and always showing me love from the beginning, bro. Like, you know, and it feels good to be back here, especially like, you know, I've motherfucker went through some shit, you know what I mean? And coming back here, coming back to LA, I went to I got a Marathon Burger yesterday.
That shit's amazing.
Yeah, I love that recipe. You know, I'm the first artist on the East Coast to do a song with Nipsey.
I think we talked about this. Yeah. Like you met him when you were like damn near
18, nobody. Know what I mean? I was sleeping in the studio, man. Like, you know, but like that really.
Did you pay him for the feature?
Yeah. I didn't. Right. The homie paid Johnny Shipes. Yeah. It was like nothing.
Shout out to Shipes.
It was just like we paid for his time to come for his flight, whatever.
That's dope.
And he was just so dope.
Have you thought about re-releasing that?
Nah. I just like.
So it's like
he's just dope.
Yeah.
He's dope. I respect him. Every time I land in LA, if I play Pac, right after I play Face the World by Nipsey or 7 Days a Week. I mean. I love him. I've always been a fan. I'm the one who reached out. Nipsey was not even that popping when I reached out to him to do a song with him. You know what I mean? And he's like, "Yo, you got to pay for the flight." And
he was doing his thing on the blogs, but like he was definitely like, you know, I feel like if it was the Shipes days, people weren't really.
No, they weren't really hip to him. And the thing is, I love Nip way before. You know what I mean? And I still do, still play it every day. And I just think like, bro, like he raps, he sings, he has a real story, bro, listen, like there's a lot of shit that, you know, a lot of people make bullshit up when somebody passes. Like they make them seem like they're more legendary.
Well, I feel like if you knew like Nip and you like you said, there's people who will pass away and you'll be like,
yeah, like,
but I feel like the people who were fucking with Nip, like they
A1, bro,
for sure,
bro, A1, bro. You can't say anything to make me look at that man differently. Like A1, bro.
Yeah, I had him the first time Nipsey was ever on my show. It's on YouTube. He was freestyling on my show in 2009.
Damn, that's around the time I met him.
Yeah, it was 2009.
Bro, superstar, bro.
I was in Boise, Idaho, doing radio.
Really?
Yeah.
He came all the way to Boise, Idaho.
He was on tour with The Game, the LAX tour.
Wow. Yo, shout out the Game too, man.
Game's legend.
I love the Game.
Super legend.
That's another.
Shout out Black Sam though. They got that burger together. That burger was cracking.
Yeah. I love that. Man, like I said, bro, you a legend. Thank you so much for always supporting me.
Of course, man.
And always having me come back here. And
anytime, man.
I love these interviews, man. I think these interviews are the ones that always last.
For sure. You know? GASHI, new album coming soon.
The Killer Whales of Gotham. Liberation.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Boom.